This is an 80s Les Paul Custom, and I've owned a lot of these. I can't remember how many I've had, but I've had black ones. Originally these were black, and they called them the Black Beauty. Came out with some white ones later on. This is an 80s, I believe, according to the serial number, but you can hardly see it. It's covered with this white paint over a solid mahogany body. It's all mahogany under there. If we were to scrape that paint away, there'd be a dark wood under that white paint. It's got these Grover machine heads. Really solid. One of the best things about these Les Pauls is no matter how rough you treat them, they seem to stay in tune. I know a lot of rock musicians like this particular model, the Custom, because it was flashier. You'd see it in a lot of more of your glam rock bands of the 80s. And the first time I saw someone playing one of these was Vestine, the lead guitar player of The Canned Heat at the Whiskey A Go-Go in Hollywood. This is like back in the 60s. He was playing a Les Paul Custom. Great sounding guitar. Especially for that heavy rock music. Big deal, right? It's a review. Anyway, so this guitar has an ebony fretboard, which is a harder, more dense wood. I think it really lends itself to the brightness that you get, even though it's a humbucking pickup on here. Having the woods, the way they've chosen these woods, lends itself to the overall combination of how you get this result, It's not just, a piece of wood and some electronics. They specifically set out choosing all these materials to get a certain type of result. The Les Paul Custom is different than a regular standard or deluxe Les Paul for certain reasons. One of them being the ebony fretboard that gives it a really nice tight chordal sound. Plus, it's the fastest neck. I remember Al Di Meola in an interview said that his Les Paul Custom, Les Paul guitar in general, was just a fast-playing guitar. It's got two humbucking pickups and a three-way switch, so you can go back and forth between your pickups. These Ice Cube volume and tone knobs, these for the front pickup, these two for the back pickup. Tone takes away the brightness. Kind of makes it muddy sounding, and then it's got a beautiful like diamond inlay on the headstock, mother of pearl. And it's got pin striping on the binding around the headstock. If you look, it's got five stripes, two black stripes, and then three white surrounding that. But anyway, that's over the overall periphery or outside of the guitar. It's got this binding that goes all the way around. Beautiful to look at. These are cosmetically much fancier than your standard Les Paul, but each guitar quite different because of the wood, you see, and the look. So even though they're both called Les Pauls, this one is significantly different because of the materials involved. And this one has a Nashville bridge. It's a bigger, more substantial tunematic bridge. it was introduced later on. This is made in the 80s, so the smaller two-pneumatic bridge doesn't have the sweep, that these larger Nashville bridges have to intonate the guitar. Like these instruments because of how tight the sound is, even though it's very distorted. Plus, it has these beautiful square mother of pearl inlays, and overall, they're very popular guitar. Been around since the 50s, and originally they were black, and they were called the Black Beauty, and then later on they introduced these white ones. There you have it, Les Paul Custom.